Hello. Today we're going to take notes two called Fraction Introduction. We're starting our year learning about fractions. It should be a quick review. You've learned all of this before, but I just want to make sure that we all start on the same page so that we can move forward in our curriculum. So we're going to go through three basic fraction skills. The first is just how to simplify a fraction. To simplify a fraction, you're going to divide out the greatest common factor. It doesn't technically have to be the greatest common factor. You can take out any common factor, but if you take out the greatest common factor, you don't have to divide as many times. But you can just keep on dividing over and over and over until you have it simplified all the way. A fraction in the most simplified form has the numerator and the denominator have no common factors anymore. So if we have these examples, and I would like you to write these examples down in your notebooks. If we have the fraction 6/15, I would start by thinking, what do 6 and 15 have in common? I would notice that they have a 3 in common, and so we're going to divide that out. Some people say we're going to take out that common factor. Take out is a little misleading because take out sounds like subtraction, but we're going to divide it out. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And then 2 and 5, the only factor they have in common is 1. Dividing out of 1 doesn't change. Like dividing 2 by 1 and 5 by 1 doesn't change the value, so we just leave it as 2 is. One more example, 21 over 42. There are lots of common factors between 21 and 42. You could take out a 3, a 7, 21. I want to show you 21 is the greatest common factor, so you could divide both the numerator and the denominator by 21. But I'm going to show you what happens if you don't take out the greatest common factor. If I notice that 21 and 42 have a 7 in common, I could do my work like this. 21 divided by 7 is 3. 42 divided by 7 is 6. And in the previous problem, just dividing out the 3, we were done. But if I look here, 3 and 6 still have a common factor. They have a common factor of 3. So I have to do that process again. 3 divided by 3 is 1. 6 divided by 3 is 2. And so 21 over 42 simplifies to be 1/2. If I had divided by 21, I would have gotten to 1. 42 divided by 21 is 2. So you can just skip the extra division. Okay, the next general fraction topic that we need to review is converting to an improper fraction. This is a mixed fraction. It has a whole part and a fractional part, and we need to be able to change it to an improper fraction. That's when the numerator is bigger than the denominator. To do this, you're going to multiply the denominator by the whole number, and then you're going to add whatever's on top, the numerator. And we always go in a circle like this. So 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 2 is 22. And then what you have to do is these two fractions are going to be equivalent. That's why they have an equal sign. Equivalent means equals. And so the denominator just stays the same. The 5 slides right over. And so my improper fraction is 22 over 5. For this next one, we're going to do the same process. We're going to multiply. 4 times 6 is 24. 24 plus 2 is 26. And then the denominator stays the same. If I was to simplify this back and make it an improper fraction, I would get 6 and 2, 2/4, or really 6.5, because 2/4 simplifies to be 1/2. So you multiply, and then you add, and that number goes on top. The denominator just slides over. The last basic fraction concept that we need to review is converting to a mixed number. If I start with an improper fraction, going back and making it a mixed number, I have two strategies that I typically use. The first is just mental division. If you're really good with your multiplication facts, then you can probably do this no problem. The mental math way is just to think, how many times does 5 go into 12? 5 goes into 12 2 whole times, because 5 times 2 is 10. And then to get from 10 to 12, I need 2 more. So that's my numerator.